everybody. My name is Therese Lacson, and I'm here from Collider. I'm here with the cast and creator of Lower Decks, which is one of my favorite Star Trek shows of all time.
Oh,
thank you,
guys. So I am devastated that this is the last season, and I mean,
no one told you yet.
No one
this is the last one?
Shh, don't.
Oh, I guess it's not.
Yet?
So this is the announcement that
Get
we're
Mr.
getting.
Plus on the phone right now.
Man.
Mr. Plus. Mr. Plus
I knew
has
the
made
face-
some
I
choices.
knew the face Tawny was going to make.
Mr. Plus, I hate you. It's such a good joke. I hate you because I didn't make it.
It feels good.
So, Mike, I'm curious, what has been, like, looking back on this series, what has been the moment that you are the most proud of when it comes to Lower Decks that you can kind of point to as like, yeah, I did that?
You guys haven't seen it yet. It's in the finale of this season, of season 5. There's a moment where Tawny's character, Mariner, gives a little bit of a, not a speech, but kind of a thesis on Lower Decks and Star Trek and Starfleet and friendship and all sorts of stuff that sort of I didn't know we were going to have this season, but like it really is like if Lower Decks is a love letter to Trek, the finale is a love letter to Lower Decks, and it's Tawny is the heart of all of that.
No.
And
Yes.
you made my wife
this.
cry when she watched it. She was like, I don't want to watch
You
this.
made your wife cry.
I always make my wife cry.
But I mean,
Guys,
you
you
wrote
both
it.
made Mike's wife cry.
Yeah. You both make her cry a
But
lot.
I also
Brooke.
like this one scene where we had these Romulan cruisers that were scanning all the time, and and we had this whole bit where like they're scanning again. That's a little less relatable, but I do really like that
They
scene.
just constantly
Very, very
scanning,
funny.
and everyone was just on high alert at scanning, which is the most Trek thing ever.
Yeah,
I mean,
if
I
was
don't
in
want to be
space-
scanned either. So
No, get out of here with the scanning.
And Tawny and Jack, you guys had the live action crossover with Strange New Worlds. I was in love with it. What was it like not only portraying your characters in live action, but also like being in the costume and being on the set and just being in that world instead of having to imagine it in your mind?
Yeah, I mean, it was really cool to have the like camaraderie, you know, the like this feeling, but to actually be at work because we all record separately. We don't really get to have that. So even though they aren't our usual cast members, like we quickly fell in with and were welcomed in by that cast in such a way that just felt like family and like, you know, very sleepover energy. Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, big sleepover energy.
Yeah.
Also, I think what really helped was like being able to be directed by Jonathan Frakes. Like that was unbelievable. And he's so cool. I don't know. I just had the best time. Like, yeah, getting to actually be on a practical Enterprise set. Tawny was touching so many things and breaking so many knobs.
I broke a lot of things.
She broke a lot. It was amazing. I don't think I've ever had more fun than I did on that set. Like
there was
that
a
was just
lot of
unbelievable.
I think the AD to this day still loathes us. Like because
In
we
the
just
best way.
Yeah, I think he was just like the rest of these actors are so disciplined and so good at just like getting on their marks, saying their lines, and we're like
We made
running
those
around
sounds a lot too.
Yeah,
Whatever she just did, that was us.
But the episode came out amazing. People love it, which I do think means we need an opportunity to get Noël and
We
Eugene
have
in
to.
live action too.
Please.
Maybe the whole Cerritos
Yes.
crew.
Oh, the whole
The
series.
whole Cerritos crew.
Yeah.
So
live
what you're
action
telling me
Lower
is
Decks,
the show
maybe?
isn't canceled. You guys are just going into live action.
No, yeah, the show's
afterwards.
canceled.
It's full.
But
full
we would
cancel.
happily go into live action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
We
that
live most of
means
our
we
lives
have to have
on it.
another conversation with Mr. Plus.
Well, Mr. Plus, you're watching this.
Yeah.
You should take note.
But he's having a hard time with Miss Negative.
Yeah.
We all knew that going in.
Well, their
though.
relationship is just very polarizing.
All right, goodbye, everybody.
Magnet jokes. Let's go.
So, Tawny, Mariner, we've seen her grow a lot throughout this show. I'm just going to move right past the puns. I cannot match the puns. I'm sorry.
I'm mad at myself,
I'm mad at
honestly.
myself for punning him
I'm
too.
mad at you
I
guys.
apologize.
I didn't do
I love the
I
puns.
didn't
I'm
do
not
it.
mad.
I just watched it.
I was
and
just
hate it.
here.
So we've seen Mariner grow a lot throughout this show, and I'm curious. You know, in the season, we get to see a different version of her, I guess, to sort of tiptoe around that. And that version of her has some sort of power. She's in a position of power. Do you think that Mariner craves that, or is it something that she like wants no part of? Like she doesn't want authority. She doesn't want to mess with that.
I don't know. What do you think? She acts like she doesn't, but she does.
I don't know. She certainly doesn't like authority over her.
Yeah, but then
know?
that then means you got to be the boss and be in charge, and that sounds like work and responsibility.
I think she'd be Mariner would be a great captain. I don't know if she wants it.
I think she wants to be like Khan alone on a planet somewhere and just be
Khan
in
had
charge
the Khan
of.
gang. He had the Khan pals.
Oh, that's true. But before they showed up, wasn't he just alone for a minute?
I think Mariner would love to hang with the Khan pals. No
Yeah.
Khan, just the pals.
Just the pals.
Oh, I thought you said, is it a compound? A compound on a compound?
We can't.
We have to
I'm
stop
sorry,
doing
the
these
president.
puns.
It was an accident.
This doesn't
No,
represent
It's
us.
just,
Yeah.
I think you can
This
have,
never
I think you
happened.
can
No.
have a mental illness. I
We're
think there
not
are
just-
people that have
have
like
a-
disorders. There
We're-
are people
we're
that
not
have
just
pun
pun
disorders.
generators.
You're
No.
you don't have it.
I think it's coming on.
you don't have a pun disorder that's happening right now.
It's happening. It's been happening over the past 24
Respect
hours.
her, Tawny.
This is stolen valor. You do not have a disability.
Wow.
Excusez-moi.
came up from the
Sorry, I
steam
didn't
of
mean
the,
to
sewers.
steal the thunder.
I'm
of
on your
other-
side. I'm on your side. They do live in a compound.
Thank you.
It's canon. It's canon.
It's a compound.
Conan.
Save us. Save us.
This is unusable.
We are moving on from the compound. Okay,
Thank you.
let's move on. We're
Ask
departing the
Eugene a
compound.
question. He's the only normal one here.
No,
Well,
watch-
actually, my
watch
next
this.
question is for Eugene. So Rutherford, I feel like he goes through a lot of trials without Tendi around. It's a lot of him being stressed out, and I mean even like just him not being able to function without her.
Sure.
I'm curious. I feel like other people have also had this question, but is there potential for a romance between these two characters, or is it strictly platonic?
That's one of those things where when I think about it as a whole for the series, and I think about it like even in this season, you don't get to watch much television where two characters who are supposed to possibly have a will they, won't they, just be platonic and be great friends. And I think that this show has shown that like that exists in the world and it's great. So like, don't stress yourself out, little dudes out there that are like, she's just my friend. She can't just be my friend. There's little dudes out there that are just like, I want her.
This is a tale for boys.
Yeah, this is a
No,
tale.
About how you don't
Eugene's
have to
right. Like,
bang your friends.
You don't
Yeah.
have to pursue
You do-
every woman who talks to
you
you.
do
yeah.
not have to bang your friends.
You don't have
Star Trek
to.
Lower Decks.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But Eugene's right. Like, they're definitely in love, but maybe the way,
It's
as
a
an
pr- it's a-
engineer and a scientist, like it's a different type of love than we usually see on TV.
It's
Yes.
and to protect that love, they're not wrecking the love with.
I don't even think it's
not-
like they're not even doing it on purpose. Like,
I don't think
right,
so.
right.
It's hard
Yeah.
to even understand. Like
It's
they
so-
both
love. There's
they
lots of types of
love
love.
getting in that warp
There's
core.
a lot of types of
Yeah.
love.
That just
It's
sounded,
wholesome.
You made it sound weird.
Yeah.
just then.
You
Oh,
changed
I made
course.
getting in the warp core sound
You
weird.
said getting in that warp core.
Yeah.
No,
No way.
getting in that warp core. Yeah,
Okay,
I did.
so before we have more puns, I'm gonna move on.
Thank you so much.
I sense we're walking into that territory.
Thank you.
Jack. So Boimler meets a lot of different versions of himself who are both more successful and more confident than him.
Sure.
What do you think is holding back this version of Boimler?
Oh man, I don't really think anything is holding him back. Honestly, I think Boimler, his whole arc throughout the whole show has always just been to kind of embrace himself and lean into his confidence. To me, Boimler is like, for me personally, just kind of like a little manifestation of my own anxiety. Like, I just want him to start believing in himself. And I think, Boimler, I think the best version of Boimler is the one on the Cerritos. And I think that he just needs to start accepting that. But yeah, like sometimes he just learns all the wrong lessons. But I'm glad in this season he is, honestly, Mike, this is one of my favorite like through lines for Boimler you've ever concocted. And I won't give anything away, but there is something that physically changes on him every episode. And shout out to the animators for making that happen. That could not have been
they
easy.
actually make everything happen on the show.
They do make everything happen.
Yeah. They make every moment happen.
Not just this one little thing. They make it all happen.
Remember
Yeah.
first season when Boimler got pooped out by that spider cow thing? He's
Yeah.
come a long way.
That
since
was a
then.
core memory for me.
That the art in that moment is so funny to
It
me.
is nuts.
But he's come a long way.
Yeah,
I'm proud of the
definitely
guy.
has. Very proud
I
of him.
love the animation in this show, so I feel like they deserve all the credit, animators.
they're amazing.
Much love to them. And then, Noelle, my question about Tendi is that in this season, just from the beginning, we see her sort of embracing, I guess, her Orion roots more. And like, there's kind of like a running joke where she's like, we're not all pirates. Like, some of us can do other things. But she kind of does become like a bit of a pirate.
Yeah, she's
this
a
season.
pirate.
Yeah. How do you,
Oh, go ahead.
No, I just wanted you to expand on that, especially since we get to meet her family and her sister, and there's all these.
Well, I like the arc. I mean, I took it into psychological terms in the sense that she tried to like sort of run away from something that she thought was bad about herself, and then she returned, and then she tried to apply this like sort of like benevolent goodness on reality and how she thinks reality should be working, and she's like testing it out and seeing how that all doesn't always work, and that maybe there is something valuable about these other parts of her past and her personality, and you watch her sort of fusing them together, and then we get this badass Tendi who maybe isn't as no longer is running away from her past, maybe has like, you know, it's like a hero's journey for her where she comes back to this place and she has these experiences and she sees the impact that she has had, and that it's not as black and white as she originally thought it was.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I just have to say, this is like kind of like a weird moment for me because I can hear your voices and I can see your characters, but you're all real people, which is a very like fan person for me to say.
If you close your eyes, do you feel like you're just watching like a fucked up version of the show?
No, I see myself animated and in the show. But yeah.
I love this.
Hold on,
Do you wanna-
I see you animated.
Do you want to close your eyes and have them all welcome you to the Cerritos like you're a new ensign?
Of course.
All right, close your eyes. Everybody say, hey, she's a new ensign. She's coming to the Cerritos. You're excited to see her.
Hey,
Oh my
hey guys,
God, you're gonna have so much fun.
Look at her.
Hey.
Oh
my God, welcome.
don't ever rank up. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Is this a denim jacket?
Wow.
Like from
we haven't
Earth?
seen one of
From
those in a long
Earth.
time.
Wow.
I love Earth clothes. I got a lot of Earth clothes.
Okay, well, I mean, now you guys have to continue the show because I'm not.
That was it.
That was it. That's our next episode.
I had to close my eyes to do that too.
Noticed you closed your eyes too. I was
I
like,
was like, wow, I'm really getting immersed.
Well, I want to thank you guys so much for speaking with me. Can't wait to watch more of the episodes. I've seen 3 of them and I'm obsessed. So thank you so much for speaking with me, guys.
For having us.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having us.